Hi everybody, this is Gary Graver from Our World Visual Dreams. I'm coming back at you with a little more in depth of what we plan on doing. We are talking about going on trips, like I said, around the United States. And right now we're going to stay locally because eventually we're going to move and we're going to actually try to move around like gypsies. We're basically going to go from kid to kid. My parents, like I said, my brother, I probably discussed this on previous videos, but I would like to give you a lot more information and links and tips of traveling and how to better utilize maybe if it's your credit cards, how to maximize how you can use them and with interest-free cards to tips on hotels and easier, information on traveling basically. Because like for example, we made a trip to New York because our son, which is an actor, he basically got a school that accepted him in New York City for a month, and so we decided to take him out there. So I, myself, and him traveled out there by ourselves to get him out there, and I had to come up with some ideas because trying to do it the cheapest route, not overexpend, and try to do this trip because it costs a lot of money for him to go out there. So basically, what I did, I looked at New York City for at hotels and stuff, and basically they were too expensive. I mean, you can spend easy $500 a night, $200 a night. I mean, at that time, I thought that was a lot. I mean, like now, an average hotel is $100 anymore, and usually you pay for what you get most time. But you can find diamond in the roughs for in the $60 to $70 range. But get back to the New York trip. I found in New Jersey, 15, 20 minutes out, depending on traffic, that I found a nice little hot spot like in Parsippany, and there's probably other areas in New York City where you can find some good deals and stuff. But if you can't expect a lot when you get hotels for 50, $60 anymore. That's just a motel, and for cleanliness and continental breakfasts and anything like that. So basically, what I did, I got a place in Parsippany, and right now, off the top of my head, I believe it was Quality Inn or Comfort Inn, and basically what it was, I think you got $65 or after taxes and stuff like that. You remember when you get a hotel, there's always maybe city tax, luxury tax, hotel tax, whatever. But I got a hotel there, so I stayed there the night. Then I took Adam into New York. I drove in this time. Really, I drove in the second time too, but I drove in by myself with him, and we had a hard time navigating. I went and got maps offline. I took pictures and graphics of directions and stuff, and I tried to use them. But when you enter New York City, oh my word, it's horrible. I mean, you got highways going left and right, this way, like spiders. I mean, and if you don't hit the right one at the right time and in traffic, you're screwed. So if you don't know the area, then you get out of whack. So Adam and I got off a few times off of exit ramps and had to get back on because we were in the wrong spot. And then we got turned around and got in a one-way lane, come through the tunnels. And I mean, unless you really know New York City, a lot of people take taxis and they hire drivers and stuff like that. And that's what you need, because there is no parking in New York City. It's like really expensive. There is, but cars are bumper to bumper and they're not moving. They could be there for months because the people just park and they walk. But getting back to going to New York City, so basically Adam was lucky. He was in Brooklyn, which is not too far from the promenade deck where they take a lot of New York commercial videos, and you can see the Statue of Liberty and like that, and it runs right along the waterfront. And you got a highway system right below it and everything. It's pretty neat. But he had, like I said, subway that ran right underneath this dorm, so then he just took that subway right up to Manhattan from Brooklyn. And so get back to where I was traveling, and then my wife and I took a trip to pick him up on 4th of July weekend. So I decided to go back to the same hotel in Parsippany, and then I just said, well, drive down, find a parking system that was close enough where we can take the ferry and walk to it, whatever it takes. So, and basically, we found a parking area, and the ferry was right there, so we took a ferry across. And the bus system in Manhattan runs through your ticket, so you don't have to pay any extra expense through that ticket. And we much got off right where all the museums are, the ships and stuff that have museums there. And we can talk about that a little later about those museums. But then we took the bus up to Rockefeller Center, and then we got off, and of course my wife, like Fox News, and they had their Friday music special going on, where they have music every Friday, and then we saw Thompson Square, and they had a free barbecue going on and everything, so we kind of got lucky on that, so we did that, and then we walked around all through Manhattan, the Chinatown and stuff like that, and it's basically when we were done that day, we got back on the bus, and then got back to the ferry. So it worked out pretty good. We didn't have no congestion to worry about, and so that's the type of information I can give out. Like I said, we're talking about more local area stuff, and right now the 350 years of Sault Ste. Marie, the oldest city in the state of Michigan. We also have the tours of the lighthouses going on here pretty soon. They're also doing a tribute to Gordon Lightfoot at Bay Mills Casino, which I thought was pretty neat, and that's part of that. And well, I also got some video coming up of the Sioux Tribe Powwow last weekend, and also the video of the POW camp, Camp Rako, which was part of the 5 camp systems here in UP. They used it for the civilian corps and camps back in 1930s to help during depressions. It became a POW war camp in 1944, housed Germans. And so I have a little video of the ruins, and so like I said, I got more video coming. I hope you enjoy. Please subscribe. On my video should be a red subscribe button, and I hope please comment below so I can get a little more ideas if anybody got any ideas. And I also talking about having Offspring podcast, and maybe another YouTube channel, or even just add more. Excuse me, add some more information. Have a little open forum of travel through that little Offspring that I'm thinking about having. I have names for my other YouTube channel, but I'm not going to let that out yet. So hopefully, like I said, thank you for viewing. Please subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.